Okay, friends and family, my name is Skylent. Welcome to the channel. I like to talk about brand new games and show them off here, and especially talk about online cooperative like RPGs and stuff like that. I love living in these weird worlds with you guys, but I think today we've got probably the weirdest world that I've ever mentioned or talked about. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think I really omitted talking about this company's last game because I think I just didn't get it, but I think I'm now starting to get what's happening here, and that's still not changing really too much of my opinion, but I don't know, I have more to say now, and you'll see what I'm talking about immediately. Palworld. Gameplay is self-explanatory, I think, so I don't need to just analyze every single frame, but Palworld is basically Pokemon with guns and slavery. It's kind of like a Conan Exile sort of thrall system with the Pokemon. It's a third-person shooter thing, online co-op, so that's pretty cool. No PvP though, which is interesting, but yeah. So what's the game about? Palworld's a game about living. It's a slow, cute life. That's what they're trying to promote it as. It's one of these kind of village builder sort of games, but with guns and Pokemon, basically. Now, to the point, like I'm saying Pokemon because look at this fucking game. It looks like Pokemon. Now, the creators of this game also made Craftopia, and I think I might have done one video on it, but mostly my feelings of that game were surmised by a lot of people were taking the game seriously and sincerely, like, oh my god, it's gonna be the next big, like, open world, you know, action RPG / survival game. And, no, the game was obviously a cash grab. It was obviously a game that was just a bunch of assets purchased from a store, or they got some freelancers and just threw that shit together. Like, it's basically just game design ideas and trends fucking blended up and just spit it out. And at first I was like, well, that's kind of shitty. And a lot of people do feel that way. So this company, they did not technically finish, you know, their last game. So there might be, you know, how do you feel about that or whatever. But at the same time, there might need to be something that's kind of to be appreciated. Something like if you play Roblox games or a lot of custom games or indie games, you kind of understand, like, sometimes weird experimental and almost like disposable sort of game design is kind of really fun. It's funny, and there is definitely a meta commentary going on with Palworld. I think especially because you're thralling the creatures. Yeah, you know, it's like, hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Pokemon's totally like enslaving and animal abuse, isn't it? Yeah, Palworld's that. So I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's the joke. I think it's going to be short-lived, and I think this could be a fun game, especially for over the weekend. And a lot of people play games like this, co-op. You know, like I like Conan Exiles or Fallout 76 or. Fuck, I played so many Valheim. You know, a lot of these games, some of them are really good, but kind of in the end, it doesn't matter if it's good. And that's actually what the developers of Conan Exiles even said. So it kind of doesn't matter if it's polished. Sometimes if it's glitchy, it's fun. And a lot of these games are leaning more and more into just being ridiculous and silly. And a lot of people are actually promoting games that are just taking assets from the Unity store or the Unreal store and just throwing together some bullshit to have a unique and fun actual experience. And I think, you know, it's a double-edged sword, but it's interesting that people are becoming more okay with garbage, and that's in just everything, right? Like from TikTok to, you know, just YouTube. Like everything is like my videos, right? You guys are okay with garbage because sometimes there's something special about the garbage. You know, maybe it just has the right kind of little sniff to it. Not so bad. I don't know. Maybe it makes you nostalgic or something, but fuck it. Anyways, I'm getting weird. But yeah, there is something to be said about games that are just really easily consumed, which is why I cover a lot of free-to-play games. Easily consumed, easily jumped into, you kind of get the point very quickly, and you have your time, and then you get out. I think the problem is going to come with the cost of these kind of games generally. Craftopia, as an example, is actually kind of expensive. It's $25. Now, if this was a free-to-play or like a $5 game, holy fucking virility. And even then, at that price point, it still has like 10,000 very positive reviews on Steam, though I think it's getting review bombed at the moment because they did just announce this new game without finishing Craftopia, and that's going to be the case. Craftopia is still early access. That's going to happen, guys. So whenever you reward garbage, and you reward such like a, you know, sort of, I don't know, this rapid-fire release schedule of games, then yeah, you're just gonna have games that get shit out. And so, hey, you know, again, I play Roblox games and stuff like that. Sometimes shit is fun. Sometimes shit is good. I love shit. But, you know, you look at a game like this, and it kind of does look good. And if they actually were a little bit more sincere, would it be better? Would it be more viral? Would it be more fun? Then again, Craftopia did great. So, I mean, who's to say? I don't know. in the end, it looks like a fun game. I'm playing a lot of survival games, obviously, like all of you guys, like everyone, like Valheim and stuff like that. There's like a new like town building MMO Palia coming up. So like, yeah, no, this stuff is cool. It's interesting. And this one obviously has like this meta commentary, I guess. I don't think it's taking itself too seriously. Oh my God, there's animal fusions. That's fucking cool. It just looks dumb. I'm gonna be honest. It looks dumb, but because it looks dumb and it's almost sincere in the way that it's not sincere, it's openly aware. It's like, hey, we're a joke. This is a fucking joke. But give us $25, have fun for the weekend, and we'll call it even. I don't know. It could be cool. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Do you like the more like the I don't know, prevalence of games like this coming out, of joke games, silly games? Or is it bad? Is this kind of stuff, like, should it not be rewarded? Like, you know this is going to be a forever early access game. You know this is a game that is going to be unbalanced and awkward and buggy and glitchy. But is that okay? I don't know. I feel like it's different when it's free to play and it's like Roblox and you know it's like kids or it's people who are like young developers and things like that. It's okay, but it's suddenly different when something costs $25. Like, you have a different expectation. And me as a reviewer, I totally get that concept. Because I'm a penny pincher, right? That's another reason why I play free to play games. So I just will end cap with that. Depending on the price tag of this game, I will judge it very, very harshly because it's very clearly just like, it's just thrown together. But then again, sometimes things being thrown together is the point, and that's what makes it fun, so... Oh yeah, but before we actually leave off, just to clarify some things that maybe the trailer didn't show off quite exactly, you will... I mentioned it's kind of like Conan Exiles, you will actually be creating sort of like factories sort of situation, so maybe this is going to lean a little bit more into Factorio. I don't know, because you are going to be like having your minions build stuff for you and like charge electricity. You kind of saw that. I don't know to what extent fully potentially it's going to be. I think it's probably going to be more similar to the Thrall system than something like actual full-on factories. But we do literally see a factory line of like some Pokemons making guns. So full-on Factorio or Thrall system, maybe somewhere in between. But that is something that they did mention. So once again, like, you know, it's like, oh, we got dungeons, we have breeding, we have town building, we have factory building. It's really just like, what is a bunch of stuff that people are searching for in survival games? Throw that shit all together. Because you know people are like open world, Pokemon, farming, town building, factory, you know, like dungeoneering. Like, people are just typing this in because they want that game. And this game is literally all that together. So there you go. That's pretty much fucking it. Third person shooter, Pokemon, dungeoneering. Yeah, to sum it up, you can't sum it up because it's a bunch of garbage all thrown together, and it's probably gonna be the best garbage game that's come out in a while. That's what Craftopia turned out to be, right? So I do want to leave off by asking you, do you think it's actually cool to play games like this? Do you think you'll have fun playing this game? And should I even cover games that are obviously weird, basically jokes? Like, should I? I don't know. I think so. I think it was worth mentioning, and I kind of got excited talking about it because it's, I don't know. So it's fucking Wild West right now. Everyone's doing all sorts of weird stuff. It's so easy to make games now with all these different assets that you can throw in together, and there does seem to be an acceptance of that now. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just throw my hand in it. Maybe I'll just buy a bunch of different assets, and I'll make my own Pokemon porn game or something. Porn MMO. I don't know. Who knows? Like some sort of weird furry simulator. Okay, that's pretty much it. Much love. See you in the next one.